Hello everyone, this is Bobbin Threadbare and welcome back to Brütal Landscapes. Now if slow panning shots and the occasional bit of setting backstory aren't your thing, feel free to join us back at 6 minutes and 25 seconds when something will actually be happening. Until then, enjoy.
The first ones spent their days feeding from Madronol, the teated tree of drinking. They suckled from her bark a thick nectar that flowed up from her roots, which penetrated the ground so deeply they reached even into the untouched place. There, a beautiful being named Aulia sang to the roots of Madronol, and the tree turned her song into nourishment for the ungrateful creatures above. One day, the greediest of them sneaked into her sanctuary and trapped Aulia in a cage, forcing her to sing only for him. That is how he gained unlimited power over all creatures and became their first and most terrible king. The king used the song of Aulia to lure the fire beast Omag Goen to the ground, where the first ones tracked him and tried to douse his flaming body with mud. Rather than be extinguished, the mighty fire beast let out an earth-shattering scream and exploded like a sun. 1,000,000 pieces of his steel flesh shot into the ground, veining it with ore. His fire flew up into the sky and became the sun. There was so much blood it flooded the world, drowning all the first ones as it formed the oceans. His death cry was so loud that it echoes throughout the world to this day. Low creatures felled the god Omag Goen, but his death gave the world the elements from which a new era would rise. Blood, fire, noise, and metal. From the oceans of blood came new life, the worst of which was the tainted Coil. With the twisted forms of the first ones, but the angry power of Omag Goen, they were hated, feared, and almost exterminated. Instead, they were saved by a majestic race of titans who inherited the strength and size of the fire beast and the purity and beauty of Aulia. They took pity on the small creatures and adopted them as pets. They hid their deformities with severe restrictive garments, and the Coil endured the pain because, more than anything else, they wanted to look exactly like their beloved, merciful masters.
So, look who I found while I was out exploring.
Man, you're everywhere.
It just seems that way because I'm so fast.
How come you ain't so fast when I'm looking at you?
Uh-oh. Time to teach you another lesson.
Alright, this explores the eastern side of the West Continent, which we really haven't seen that much of before.
Excuse me!
Like the race name indicates, this is actually directly underneath Mount Rockmore.
I thought you knew this course!
Ah, you son of a bitch. Alright, I'm blaming that one on Fleetus. Fleetus cheated. The vehicles aren't supposed to make contact.
That was easy.
And I'm not sure which got to me there first. Dying horribly, or...
I tried to go easy on you.
Why are demons
Nice
so
try,
slow? Lord,
buddy.
he's moving so fast. How does he do it?
Coming through!
Who's squealing
Get
now?
that heap on the road!
falling too far behind Fleetus.
Hey, knock it off!
Alright, I didn't want to use Nitro while I was still going across the very thin bridges here, but Fleetus has given me no choice. And oh god, that's why I didn't want to do that before.
I can punch you from here, little guy.
I got really lucky. Alright, you want me to jump? I'll jump. You don't want to stay in the air too long, though. It's a good way to lose momentum when your wheels aren't on the ground. That's why F1 racing cars are built so low to the ground like that, with basically everything about their aerodynamics forcing them to the ground, so they don't fly into the air and lose speed.
I let you win that one, punk.
Now, whatever you say, man. Alright, back to the panning landscapes. Now, if you've had your fill by this point, you can join me again at 11:46, when the panning shots will finally be over.
The Titans mined Omag Goen's steel flesh from the ground and found it retained the beast's desire for speed. They forged swords that flew through the air so fast they could not be seen, and armor so light it made their warriors run faster. They made chariots so quick, it was hard to find beasts fast enough to pull them. And so they abandoned the beasts and made giant vehicles that moved with their own power. These colossal hot rods were a rolling temple to Omag Goen, forged from his gleaming flesh. They had a fiery engine for a heart that roared with the mighty god's death cry, scattering the Titans' enemies as they carried their civilization across the globe.
Alright, and we're back. Now, hopefully there'll only be one more episode that's sort of like that. And it'll be when the Eastern Continent unlocks. In the meantime, I've gotten a whole ton of collectibles, including 69 bound serpents freed, and they actually give you stuff for every 10. Like, plus 20 to Eddie's max health, plus 20 to regen rate, 5 to nearby troops, and 10% to flight speed, and that'll come up eventually. But landmarks, motor forges, buried metal, legends, songs, lightning plugs, all that nice stuff. Anyway, while the landscape shots will be mostly relegated to their own forthcoming episode, the legends I'll be showing off as soon as they cease being spoilers, because you've basically seen all of the setting background stuff, and after that comes stuff that actively spoils plot twists for the game itself. So it's actually better not to actively go after those things in your first playthrough at the very least. And now that we're at the tour bus, let's have a chat with people.
You guys ready for the tour of destruction?
Yeah, but I heard we're headed for Battersmith. What's up with that?
You guys ready for the tour of destruction? Destruction!
I like that second guy's enthusiasm.
How'd you like your first battle?
First bout with you mean? I've been around a while, but that was a good one.
You see Lionwhyte run off?
Yeah, I was hoping Luz would kill him, though.
How'd you like your first battle?
First bout with you
guys really
mean?
saved
I've been
a lot of
around
dudes
while,
in that battle.
But that was a
It's
good
that
one.
fan energy, you know? Makes me feel like giving something back.
You guys really saved a lot of dudes in that battle.
Just glad they like the music, man.
The license plate says Bladehenge. Nice touch.
What's the
You
situation?
sure you want to march on Lionwhyte?
We shall take it to where he lives, Edward.
Good job on that first battle, by the way.
Really? You think so?
The dudes were totally talking about how cool you were under pressure.
Well, I do try to inspire confidence.
What do you think of the bus?
I'm trying not to look at it. To tell you the truth, it frightens me very much.
Oh, come on, look at that
Can we
thing.
just drive up to Lionwhite's front door?
First, we have to get through the impenetrable barricade of Battersmith.
How are you planning on doing that?
I'm sure inspiration will strike me once we get there.
So are you like officially the king for real?
That's what Ophelia's father told me when he gave me this sword.
Ophelia's father was the king?
No. But she says he knew a man who knew my father.
You sure you want to march on Lionwhyte?
We shall take it to where he lives, Edward.
Hey, why aren't you practicing?
Mangus packed up my dummies.
You excited about the road trip?
I think it's a mistake. We should stay here now that it's safe.
Only for
Who
now.
died and made Lars king?
My father, you jerk.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that makes sense.
How do you think the battle is going?
Hey, why aren't you practicing?
Mangus packed up my dummies.
Fun battle, don't you think?
Eddie, this is the army I always dreamed we'd have. I can't believe it's finally coming together.
There's something in my teeth.
That's a cool shirt.
I like yours too. What's it say?
No idea. Found it in my dad's attic along with his belt buckle. I had no idea he was so into metal until after he died.
Everybody's family's got their secrets.
You like my bus?
Yeah? When are you gonna build me a car?
Fun battle, didn't you think?
Eddie, this is the army I always dreamed we'd have. I can't believe it's finally coming together.
Good job today, you guys.
I wanted more shoulder time.
Jam up on you.
Good job today, you guys.
I wanted more shoulder time.
Good job today, you guys.
Gotta get better if we're gonna take them out for good.
Good job today, you guys.
Thanks!
Alright, that's enough. Let's go talk to our engineer.
Ready to go?
Just a few more hours.
You got 20 seconds. It's time to go.
I only need 10. Let's go!
I like you, Mangus. You're good people.
No sleep till Battersmith.
No matter what happens, keep driving, Mangus.
No prob. You never taught me how to stop this thing anyway.
I'll take care of anyone or anything that tries to stop us.
Isn't Battersmith the other direction?
Hey, we're not taking that brand new tour bus four-wheeling over that field, okay? Just turn right up ahead and we'll cruise down the main road. Nice and easy.
Alright, so something that should probably be explained is that...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Detour!
Don't panic!
Those things ain't human!
Just keep moving. I'll take care of these guys.
When Brütal Legend was conceived, it was going to have 5 factions. Now, 3 of them successfully made it into the game. However, Lionwhyte was originally going to have his own army and not just, you know, recolors of the Ironhead crew. But the other missing faction doesn't really exist in the game. However, there are a few survivors.
I see more tick choppers up here, Eddie.
These tick choppers happen to be the first of those 2 survivors. Well, technically the second, because the first survivor would be the original faction's leader, which was actually Fleetus. Yeah, he was going to do more than just, you know, challenge Eddie to the occasional race.
I see something in our rearview mirror. Make way!
But they put what assets they still had to fairly good use, because this is actually a pretty interesting fight here, although it's going to be coming up periodically again in the future. Where the hell did that one guy go?
Knock it off!
Well, tell Lars that I'm doing my job here, okay?
Hey, Rick, we're getting killed over here. Nice!
Anyway, putting the blood to good use here. But these tick choppers...
Get on, Eddie! Got him!
They're throwing bombs at the bus.
Man, where are they coming?
They can occasionally show up
Out of the way!
ahead of, or to the side, or from behind. But so long as you're able to control the numbers, you should be doing fairly well. Just remember to keep up with the bus, because they keep popping in ahead every now and then.
I think they're trying to make a roadblock up ahead, Eddie.
Like what he's saying there, just, you know, check the lanes that sync up with the main road here.
Got him!
Clear them of everything that you can.
That's over, but they're so... Eddie?
Yeah, that's, there were way too many of them behind me right there. But that's just a case of slowing down and turning on the blood.
Nice!
Where the hell did that guy on the left go? Oh, come on.
Hey, boss. I think we're here.
Oh, good. Took me a few tries my first time. Engine's kinda on fire.
That's the main barracks of Lionwhyte's guard.
And beyond it?
The cleave of the Impaler.
Lionwhyte's tower is just on the other side of them. What are we waiting for?
Mangus, unload the bus. When I get back, battle time.
Of course, it might take me a while to get back. Thanks to all those slow panning shots, Actually, this is already a fairly decent-sized episode, so we'll just, head on into the Batterforge, see what's new, pick up anything interesting, stare at Ozzy Osbourne.
What is it? Metal noise, blood and fire. Tell me what you most desire. Yes, take care. Now these are a lot bigger than they look. Ah, good man there. That should inspire a few people.
Also, we're buying everything because I can.
Well, if you insist. Smells better than the original. Yeah, it's time to honor the road crew. Hello, beautiful. I hope that doesn't go to her head. I've got a couple of moves I can show you. Enjoy that one, you sick bastard. Here's a kicky little number.
We're starting to get some real combos here. They never get long.
Just make sure you stretch first. Why not make them?
Okay, see you later, Guardian of Metal.
I want you to go fucking crazy out there. Do you hear?
But they do get more generally interesting. Alright, let's try out those new attacks, and... oh, that one sticks around for a while. That's the Roman candle. And there's the guitar kick. It invokes the guitar, but it doesn't really do anything. Oh hey, if you want to help me try these out, you're more than welcome. Get back over here. I know you're aggressive. Alright, try out that Roman oh, damn it. Keeps interrupting me before I can get the candle off. So maybe if I can get behind him here, I can at least do the kick, but oh dear. Yeah, 20% more health, but it still doesn't take too long for that to hurt. Anyway, like I said, this seems long enough for now. So the next battle will be next time. And as for this time, I've got another band you probably haven't heard of unless you live in Europe, maybe. Today I'll cover Symphony X. Symphony X is a New Jersey band that formed in 1994. They play progressive metal, which is another one of those hard-to-define genres. Not because it's a broad category, however, but because progressive music in general is dedicated to stretching and blending genres and styles themselves. Symphony X, for instance, lifts a lot straight from classical works, something you might guess from the name, making them also a neo-classical metal band. But others might layer in techno beats or experiment with ambient music. No two progressive acts are really the same. Symphony X has had a damn solid lineup over the years, particularly since the new millennium started. Overall, their sound hasn't changed too much over the years either, although I would say they get more refined as you go forward. And they've certainly tried new things on all their various albums. Like on the third album, The Divine Wings of Tragedy, whose title track is over 20 minutes long. It begins with an a cappella chorus that lasts a full minute, and then an instrumental that goes on for 4 minutes more. Here, have an entirely insufficient sample. Now, if that's just not enough for you, don't worry. Their 6th album, The Odyssey, features a 24-minute song about the Homeric epic. The whole thing. And unlike sissy short songs like Inagata Devia, where freeform solos take up most of the time, this thing was composed from start to finish. Here's a sample from near the end that'll rock your ass off. Quick spoilers, Odysseus kills his wife's suitors.
Vengeance, it swells within me as I spy so many who are my queen. I'll make them pay for this blasphemy. Oh, we'll see. Triumphant champion of Ithaca. I will right all the wrongs. Let the gods sing my song. Oh, triumphant champion of Ithaca. Let a new life begin. My journey has come to an end. Whoa.
More recently, Symphony X has begun producing concept albums, where the whole thing tells an overarching story, or relies on a similar theme. The first such was their 5th album, V, the New Mythology Suite, which is about the rise and fall of Atlantis, and how their survivors caused the rise and fall of Egypt in turn. Skipping the Odyssey, their 7th album, Paradise Lost, is about, well, yeah, and their 8th and most recent album, Iconoclast, is about a world where the machines have taken over. One last thing I wanted to mention is that Symphony X also happens to screw around with meter timings more than any other band I have ever come across. Here, listen to this quick selection from Egypt off of V and try and count how often the timing shifts. Alright, I'll give you a moment to count up. Now, if your answer was anything other than 9, then you're wrong. The first part was 2 alternating pairs of 7/8 and 8/8. Then the middle part was 2 bars of 6/8, 1 bar of 4/4, 2 more of 6/8, 2 more of 4/4, and then the last section slid into even 3/4. And even I can't keep track half the time. I know they've gone up to at least 12/8 on some occasions. Anyway, if any of you are intrigued, I'd recommend starting with V, the New Mythology Suite. It was my first Symphony X album, and it's still my favorite. And just like Odysseus in the end, metal will never die.